Hey folks, it's Randy from Kentville Toyota, and today we're going to talk about this new 2025 Toyota Prius Limited all-wheel drive. So, it's strange enough, this vehicle, we were planning on doing this video a couple of days ago. This car was spick and span and clean, but where we live, we have a bit of pollen. So the car's got a lovely yellowy brown patina on it covered in pollen. But anyway, I swear it's a new car and it doesn't always look like this. So this is the front of the 2025 Prius. This is a limited package. So LED headlights, standard feature on this trim. Tow hook is behind there just in case you do go off the road. That is a good safe place for someone to help you get back on the road. Lots of sensors, forward facing sonar is for park assist on this vehicle. You also have a host of cameras and other safety features in the windshield of this vehicle that gives you frontal collision avoidance, your radar cruise control, proximity sensors. All that stuff is part of the safety features of this vehicle. As we come around this side, again, nice. This is a pearl white finish, which we really like on most of the Toyota product. It's a common color for us on our upper trims. So here we are at the driver's side of the 2025 Prius. Again, sonar sensor here on the front side. Nice contrast. You get the high gloss wheel arch covers on this trim of the vehicle. It goes well with the nice. You get a nice body offset. A big 18-inch wheel. Great ride quality, good fuel economy, and it visually looks really good on this vehicle. High gloss wheel arches matched to the high gloss mirror. So the black and white, all the black features, well, not all the black features, but these black features are high gloss and they go nicely with the contrast of the vehicle. Because this is a Toyota and they've been doing this for a long time, you can lock and unlock your doors as long as your key is with you just by swiping on the door. The all-wheel drive signia on the lower fascia of the door, just letting you know this is the all-wheel drive version, not the plug-in version, or the last year it was called a Prius Prime, this year it's just called a plug-in Prius. So as you come back here a little further on the vehicle, you can see another high gloss feature on the black between the dividers of the windows. And as with all Priuses, the rear door handle is hidden, and it's up here in the latch system. And again, there's also a mechanical unlock there in case the battery is dead or when the battery is dead. You can depress this and unlock the door mechanically there because this is an electric switch and that is a mechanical switch. So as I said before, locking gas cover standard on all of our hybrid products, this one included. And again, we come back around to the rear, another high gloss accent next to the reflector and sonar there again. So let's come around to the back. We'll have a quick look at the hatch, look at the space and configuration. So here we are at the back of the 2025 Prius. Again, limited trim, lots of sensors in the rear for safety, for your backup. You're also, this particular trim level has the digital rear camera. On the inside, it's really impressive. Obviously, we can't see it here. I'm not sure why I'm talking about it, but here we are. So power hatch on this particular trim. Single touch, away you go as long as the vehicle's unlocked, the key's with you. So really high angles, this opens up wide open for easy access, gets completely up and out of your way, which is nice. Comes standard with both carpeted and a rubber mat. And there is no spare tire in the Prius product. They're trying to keep the weight down. There is a repair kit that comes within this vehicle. Surprisingly, nice high floor. It's easy access for groceries and things in and out. A lot of people will take this out, but it is a safety feature so that people cannot see the packages that are in the rear hatch of the vehicle. So up here, Toyota has changed for 2025 for most of our product. They've added this lovely button, which is close and lock. It used to be that you would close the gate, walk away, and you'd be constantly clicking your key fob trying to lock the car as you moved away. On this one, you should be able to press this, it'll close and lock. But of course it's not going to work because the key is in the car. If the key wasn't in the car, that would have worked flawlessly and it would have looked like this, worked properly, and then you would have heard it beep again when it locked, but I didn't set this up right, so it didn't work right. But anyway, it makes for an entertaining walk around. So we're gonna have a look at some of the features on the inside of the car and see what we can find. So here we are at the driver's door of the 2025 Prius all-wheel drive. This is not the plug-in version, that's why I didn't call it a plug-in version. And because it is a limited trim, it does have programmable both seat and power steering wheel for program 1 and B, yes, 1 and 2, or A and B, take your pick, they say 1 and 2, so that two different drivers can pre-program the seating position and the angle of the steering wheel, the depth of the steering wheel on your own. So as with all Toyotas, as the hybrid, you do have a locked gas door here. There's the unlock, there's the switch for the power gate. It does have automatic headlights, heated steering wheel, as well as the heated cowling down where your wipers park. Toyota's been adding that to most of our vehicles for well over a decade now, and it's a lovely feature in our slushy, sloppy springs and falls. So I'm going to hop in the driver's seat and show you a few features and just see the overall layout of the car. Okay, so I'm going to close this just to get rid of some glare. So I'm just going to start this vehicle because it's about 1,000 degrees out right now. I know that dinging is going to drive you guys crazy, but I'm just going to ignore it for a second. So the layout of this vehicle is very similar to the new BZ4X that I've been driving a fair bit over the last couple of days. A little smaller steering wheel, very compact. Oops, don't need the music, although it's very lovely. The layout is virtually identical. Your cruise control is here on the right, the audio controls and the display controls are here on the left. The biggest thing that I see on this vehicle compared to the previous generation and what is really similar to the BZ or our fully electric platform is the new display. That display, the position of it, it's almost like having a heads-up display on your vehicle, except it's physical. So it's lots of data there, lots of different configurations available for you to see the layout of the car. There's all kinds of information to be had. So on these controls, the cooled seat is currently turned on because it's really hot, and I'm really enjoying the cooled seat here because it's so hot today. The front defrost, rear defrost, very typical for all Toyotas and most manufacturers. AC is very self-explanatory. The location of the vent grills on this one is nice. It's all below the displays. Gives you lots of opportunity for air circulation. Very happy with that. One of the big things that I see in this vehicle is this magical rear view camera that turns into your rear view mirror. So right now there's nothing behind us, but I can put objects in the rear of this car, and the visibility of the view through this vehicle, if it were full or if there's somebody behind you, is exceptional. I've got to say that is the best quality rear view camera that I've seen in any of our vehicles so far. Pretty happy with it. Generally, the layout here, very Toyota. This is the new control panel that is on all the Priuses. Again, very similar to the newer products that are coming in our EV lines. And our new hybrid lines will all be very similar to this in layout. The next generation, you're actually going to lose this shifter and it becomes a drive-by-wire and all push button. There are two well-powered USB-Cs here, plus an old-school conventional 12-volt port. Different drive modes are all controlled here on the console. Both EV mode, your park brake hold, all the control modules are here. And this is a lovely vertical wireless IQ charger, which they've added to this generation of the car. Has an on-off switch. When I traditionally drive this vehicle or one like this, I will use that just to hold my phone, let alone whether it's charging or not. The previous generation, the charging was up here, worked great. Wasn't quite as secure. Is that your phone tend to bounce around a little bit, and you could lose your phone in some situations. So this actually keeps it more secure. You know where it is, and again, you're not prone to look at it because the screen is hidden from view. So I've got the seat set here for me. Again, I'm 5'10". I have an unusually long torso and shorter legs for someone who's my height. So I've got this set for me, again, short-legged. I'm going to go sit in the back seat, see what the leg room is like. The last time I was in one of these Priuses, I think it was a Prime, I did find it a little tight, but this is a different model year, so let's compare. Let's go have a look back there. Okay, so here we are. We're going to approach from the side, hop in. Okay. And again, this seat is really comfortable. This is not a complaint about the seat. This is obviously it's a true leather interior because this is a limited trim. Now these are heated leather seats, which is lovely. There's two nice USB-C charging ports down there. Lovely feature. I'm not sure why there's only one pocket, but there's only a pocket on the passenger side, not on the driver's side. There's probably some fabulous engineering reason that there's none here, but I don't know what it might be, but I could make something up, but that would not be helpful. So it is comfortable here, but again, at my height and my thinning hair is still touching the roof. If I were any taller than I am now, again, long torso, so the average 6-foot human would probably be able to sit here quite comfortably. But if you had a fedora on or some sort of a large hat, big hair, it might be irritating because I don't like my head touching things while I'm in here. But again, great seating quality. It's very comfortable. But I think I would find me slouching like this if I needed to drive a long distance, and that wouldn't be good for my back, and people would think I was being an idiot. So I wouldn't do that. Yeah, so armrest, self-explanatory, 2 cup holders, very good there. No real cup holders in the passenger side door. Not really. There is a storage pouch there, but I wouldn't call it a cup holder. And what I do like to see is these are both heated seats. So both passengers in the rear do get heated seats. Not cooled, but heated. So overall, you know, short, if I was in here for an hour, no problem. I wouldn't want to be in here for 2 or 3 hours. You'd need to do some roulette as far as moving people around for comfort. But the seat itself is very comfortable. Again, lots of leg room for me. Again, shorter legs, both for the driver and the rear passenger that's set for me. So pretty good layout. But again, low roof line here gives you quite a high window height. Again, doesn't feel claustrophobic or anything. It's nice and bright. The cabin is extremely bright with that panoramic roof. So overall the layout is good, but for me, long-term travel as a rear passenger in this vehicle would not be ideal. But again, the average consumer is buying Prius. It's 2 or 3 individuals, or mom and dad and the kids, or whatever. So yeah. We're going to do something a little different today than our normal process has been in the past. We're actually going to do some driving. We're doing this during daylight hours. We actually have some inventory here at Kentville Toyota now, which is fantastic because we've been years with no cars. So we're going to do some driving. Some of the things that I'm experiencing right now, aside from traffic being a little goofy, is I have the cooled seats on, and I've got to say, I love cooled seats. It's one of my favorite features on the vehicle. I run hot. I can start sweating anything over 10 degrees Celsius. So this to me is a dream. Feels really comfy. We just pulled out of our driveway. I've got to say the power here is really exceptional. Again, this is not the plug-in version. This is the all-wheel drive version. So it does have Toyota's latest version of the all-wheel drive system on this car as a 2025. As I say, the cooled seats are on. We have just done, depending on how you see the sequence of these videos, we've just done a video on the new 2025 BZ4X. And I've got to say the driving position here, the quality and comfort of this seat, and the layout of my steering wheel and the display in front of me very much mirrors the BZ that I just drove not too long ago. And that is a good piece of feedback because I really enjoyed that car. So yeah, we're going to go up on the highway. We're going to just experience life the way anybody else would with this vehicle. It feels like my heated steering wheel is turned on, which is counterproductive to say the least today. So I'm going to figure out how to turn that off. Yeah, maybe it's not turned on, but it's nice and warm. Okay, so on the on-ramp, there's lots of traffic around. I'm going to look for a hole in the traffic, and then I'm going to get into it. And guess what? This car has lots and lots of power. So no problem to get up to speed and merge in heavy traffic. Very pleasantly surprised with the power this car has, to say the least. I see that it already is defaulted to eco mode. So most of our hybrids, plug-in and otherwise, have 3 drive modes in all the vehicles. First being eco, makes the car a little sluggish, I guess is the way you would describe it. But again, this vehicle in eco mode is far from sluggish, lots of power here. This is Toyota's latest 2-liter hybrid drive system compared with the all-wheel drive all-wheel drive system. So yeah, pleasantly surprised. Feature-wise, this top trim, I have a digital rear view mirror. So again, I know you folks can't see this, but there is somebody behind me with a camera, and because of the digital rearview mirror, he currently does not exist. I just see the vehicle that is behind me. Now I can turn that feature off so that I can actually see who or what is behind me in the rear seat. But in this case, it works really well. I got great visibility to the back. That's all good. Yeah, I'm really pleasantly surprised. We do have radar cruise control. We've got all the latest features, the safety features on this vehicle. So it has lane departure assist. It has the frontal collision avoidance, radar cruise control, blind spot monitoring. This one actually has rear cross traffic alert. So not that I'm going to put it into reverse while we're on the highway, but when you put this vehicle in reverse and it detects anyone or anything moving behind you, it will give you an audible warning and preload the brakes for safety, so that if you do react in time, the brakes are ready for you, and as soon as you touch that pedal, you're going to stop, and it will be abrupt and it'll be safe. But if you are distracted or for any reason you're unable to get your foot onto the brake pedal the way you otherwise should, this vehicle will actually stop, as opposed to let you to back over someone, back in someone's path of traffic. So great safety feature is a standard feature on this trim of the 2025 Prius. Yeah, layout-wise, I'm still loving these cooled seats. This particular vehicle has programmable seating and power steering. So now that I am configured the way I would want to be for driving, I can then program the seat and the steering wheel to return to this position for me every time I get in. And again, it's two presets. So for two drivers can preset all the configuration for this vehicle on the door. Really nice feature. Been standard on most of our top trims now for years with the Toyota platform. The audio controls, the climate control on this vehicle, again, typically Toyota. This particular vehicle, again, heated seats, heated steering wheel, cooled seats, leather seating surfaces, which is actually truly leather, which is nice. And above us, we have a beautiful panoramic roof. So as you can see, I'm not looking at the camera much because we're actually in real world traffic, and we take that seriously. So again, back to the newer configuration of Toyota product with the forward sensing camera. This vehicle can see that we're on a 100 series highway, that there is a preset speed limit of 100 kilometers an hour. And because I am marginally above that, it is reflecting the road speed to me, and actually showing that it's in red because I'm actually exceeding the speed limit by a little bit, but that's the speed the traffic is going, and to drive slower is probably not any safer than we're going right now. So from what I can easily see, we have two USB charging ports right here to my right, and my phone is currently in the wireless charger, which I do like. Some vehicles do not have an on-off switch on the wireless charging. This particular vehicle does. So if you're someone who's really finicky about how and when they charge their phone or the smart device, this one does have the on-off switch, and currently it's on. Everything's charging nicely, and I will say it is a quick charging platform, because when I dropped my phone in here a couple minutes ago, I checked the status, and a few minutes later I checked it again, and it has picked up almost 10% charge in 10 minutes on my particular device, which is pretty impressive. Some of the previous generation of the IQ wireless chargers that were laid flat, they worked fine. A, they were not as quick as this, and B, that flat surface that you were charging your phone on can be problematic if you're cornering rough terrain, is that the phone tend to bounce around and could physically leave its station in some situations. This is a vertical as opposed to horizontal deck where your phone sits. Works great. It's secure in there. Really easy to get around. So again, on the controls of this vehicle, as I say, we're currently in eco mode. I can put it in normal mode, custom, or sport. Sport literally changes the performance of this car in the fact that it makes the throttle way more responsive. Regenerative braking is a little more aggressive. Everything is just set at a higher state of awareness, so the vehicle actually responds quicker, and again, your energy efficiency will go down. Normally with the Toyota product, the differences between the Eco, the normal, and the sport mode, if normal gives you 95% of the fuel efficiency that the vehicle is capable of, then it will keep you in that mode, no problem. Pardon me, in that range. Let's go back and use the English language properly. So it will keep you in that range to where you want it to be. If you go in sport mode, your fuel efficiency will go down, the fun of driving goes up, and everything it's directly correlated. The more fun it is, the more fuel you're burning. So if we go back to eco mode, car is still very responsive, works great, but in general you will pick up probably an extra 3 to 5% fuel efficiency by toggling between normal and eco versus going from normal to sport. Lose a little on the sport, gain a little on the eco, whichever makes you happy. Again, this vehicle is incredibly good on fuel, and no matter how you drive, you're going to be pleasantly surprised. As I traditionally do in these videos, I'm going to attempt to open the hood on this vehicle and embarrass myself of it taking longer than it should, or pinching my fingers, or all the silly things that I can do doing this. This is actually running because we have the air conditioning running because it's so bloody hot here today. So this vehicle, again, it has a prop rod, no hydraulic cylinders holding it up. And this is a running 2025 Prius. So right now the fans are running, the air conditioning is running, so it's all running on full electric at this point. Is that there is no gas engine actually turning over at this point. Everything that you're hearing is coming from the electrical system. So this is our conventional 2-liter hybrid drive connected to the eCVT, and this one is an all-wheel drive to boot. So normal things that consumers can see: coolant for expansion tank for the regular radiator, coolant for the expansion tank for the inverter on this vehicle because it does go from high voltage to low voltage in the system, and washer fluid. There's probably a dipstick here somewhere. There it is. Aside from me being a dipstick, that is the dipstick to change your oil. Check your oil, not change your oil. And again, technicians are going to play under there most of the time anyway. So yeah, that is the drivetrain of the 2025 Prius non-plug-in hybrid. So I'm Randy at Kentville Toyota. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've gotten something useful out of this and that you are entertained if nothing else. Thanks. Watch, subscribe, send comments, anything you want. Thanks again.